Friday Night Theories, you're familiar with it by now, I'm sure. And boy, are we lucky because a young graphic designer in Las Vegas has put together an incredible 3D graphic animation of what she believes happened at that home at 1122 King Road.
What's up, guys? How we doing this morning? Saturday morning. True Crime King. And you just heard Miss Banfield. We're going to be watching an animation that a graphic designer put together of probably most likely what happened at the King Road house that night of the murders, right? So this should be very interesting. Let's see if they go in through the third floor, right? Or the second floor slider, or the front door. So here we go.
She goes by Van Life Adventures and Open Mind Perspective on her YouTube channel, and she partnered with another designer called Asget Industries, and they put together this animation using the probable cause affidavit, police reports, and police press conferences.
So they used all the sources available to them, and us, the public, right? And they made this animation, okay?
So again, I have to just give the disclaimer, these are all allegations. Bryan Kohberger is only alleged to have committed these crimes, but in her theory, she calls him, how he carried out the crimes, but it is an allegation. But with that said,
And I say the same thing. This is allegedly. He has not been convicted of this crime yet.
To take a look at just a remarkable series of events. Take a look.
Bryan Kohberger, the suspect, is believed to have entered the neighborhood at 3:29 a.m. Approaching the house, he noticed the lights are on. This hinders his plan, and he now has to rethink things.
Okay, so it looks like they have him coming in through the back, stalking him, watching him from the wood line. You can see they got it right. I mean, Kaylee or Maddie didn't have any blinds or anything on this window, so he could see right in, right? He could see right in the slider, okay? And yeah, this is what it would look like if the house, if it was dark out and the house had their lights on. You can see right in.
He continues on to the back where he sees even more lights on. From the affidavit, we know he drove by the house 3 times in less than 5 minutes, probably trying to figure out what to do next.
Yeah, so we can get rid of that visual snow crap, okay? Because it's dark out, okay? He's driving. He passes the house at least 3 times, and he's stalking these guys. Throw the visual snow out the window.
He finally decides to leave the area for a little while and observes the lights are on one last time in front as he drives off. Cameras show him leaving the neighborhood and exiting on Walenta Drive in this direction. It's uncertain which way he went from this point here, but we know that he is seen here at this location at 3:45 a.m., caught on a gas station security camera. Wondering if this could truly be a 2015 Elantra, I downloaded a known image of one with a similar angle of view. I then entered that into a 3D modeling software and added some lighting, and then tilted the camera to get a similar angle. I then animated the image to be traveling at 40 miles per hour, giving motion blur, which ended with this result. Though not scientific.
Let's pause it and see. Okay. What do you guys think? I mean, looks pretty damn similar, right? But, there's no way we could be 100% just from this grainy image, right? But she's got this $1,000, software as well, just like Gray Hughes has and some other people, right?
We can see very close similarities that this is a 2015 Elantra. Back to the map. We see the suspect re-enters the neighborhood at 4:04 a.m. He drives up to the house and slows down. Looking at the windows, he sees the lights are now off.
Okay, so he thinks they're asleep because the lights are off now. Even though DoorDash was just there, right? I don't know why all the lights would be off. Maybe from the front you can't see Xana and Ethan's room, right? Because I'm sure their lights were on because they were eating food and they just got DoorDash and they were on their phones. I mean...
Continuing to the back, he checks to see if those lights are off. They are. He's excited.
Once again, though, Ethan and Xana's room is on the interior, right? This is Madison's room. This is Kaylee's room. So, and Ethan and Xana's room is down here. It would be down here in this area, and this would be where like Dylan's room is, right?
He knows everyone is finally in bed, but he wants to check the front one last time. As he drives down, he's filled with adrenaline, seeing the lights are all off. His brain short circuits for a second as he clumsily tries to turn around in front of the house. It fails, but he regains composure and drives on.
Yeah, I mean, you know, you can practice, I guess you can practice this all you want, but, you know, the time you do it, the one time you do it, the situation's going to be what it is, right? It might not be exactly how you planned it, right? So, and he's not expecting all this adrenaline and pumping and everything else, right?
He's caught on camera making a 3-point turn at the end of the street to return back to the residence.
I'm just surprised. I mean, he's been stalking these guys and driving this route. How he must have not cared that he's on camera, right? He had to have seen these cameras on these houses or in these or these Ring doorbells, whatever kind of cameras they had, right? I mean, it's not like you know, you can't see them, right? I don't get that. Why didn't he just park in the back and walk down through the woods? I don't know. That's just my opinion. Put in the comments why you think he did that, all that.
He does his final drive to the back of the house. In the beginning, most of us believed the 2 surviving roommates, Bethany and Dylan, were sleeping on the first floor. Since then...
Okay, hold on real quick. So, yeah, remember, here's Dylan's room on the second floor interior, and here's Ethan and Xana's room. So he, you know, he wouldn't be able to see the lights, right? Because their rooms are in the back, and in the front here is, I mean, they got the stairs going up. You got there's a room here and a wall here. You know, when you go inside, and you know, there's a wall. With a door right here and here.
We've learned Dylan was sleeping here on the second floor, along with Xana and Ethan located here. Kaylee and Madison were located here on the 3rd floor. The dog was located on the 3rd floor and the room by itself. Let's move around and see through the walls into the kitchen, to the back slider, and take a look at the time frames.
That's why he didn't hurt the dog. He didn't have to hurt the dog because no one was in the room, right? I mean, why kill the dog when all you have to do is shut the door? It's not even going to be a problem to you anymore because nobody's sleeping with the dog. It might have been a problem if, you know, if Kaylee brought her dog to sleep with her and Madison, right? And then Koberger walks in here and the dog's barking and jumping around on him while he's stabbing him. Or it could have woken them up, you know, as soon as he opened the door. Who knows? The dog might have saved one of these girls' lives if they had it in the room.
At 4:04 a.m., the suspect can be seen trying to park his car. At 4:09, approximately 5 minutes later, he enters the house through the back slider. At 4:18, he leaves the house after committing the crimes.
To the back slider. Okay, it doesn't say what floor yet.
At 4:20, he's caught on camera driving away at a high rate of speed. All of this only took 9 minutes.
It's got to be on the second floor. I mean, common sense, right?
Let's watch what that looks like. The suspect enters through the back sliding door.
Because number one, drunk turkeys, there's no stairs going up to the third floor, balcony, okay? He didn't climb a tree. He didn't climb a pole to get up on the deck, okay? He just walked in the back slider that was unlocked, okay? And who knows? I mean, he might have checked that door before while he was stalking these guys before. He could have been in the wood lines, who knows how many times, and checked to see if they locked his door. So, but if it wasn't locked, he could have just threw a brick or a rock through it and walked right through, and then, by the time anybody even knew what was going on, he would have been up in their rooms with the knife anyway.
He pauses at the stairs to look around to make sure no one's up. He then turns and goes upstairs.
Hold on, think about it real quick. If, let's say, he breaks this glass real quick and then just comes in, right? So as soon as everybody hears that, I mean, some of them might, wake up and but they're gonna be all dazed. But whoever his target was, he's gonna already be in their room, and he's blocking their exit. I mean, if he's already gonna get right here before any of these people, which he could have, then he's already, he can accomplish what he wants to do, even if he were to break this door, because no one's gonna be able to get out unless they go right through Coburger. But that's not what happened, and they left the door unlocked.
The first bedroom he stops at and opens the door, he sees no one there. He continues to the next bedroom.
And I'm guessing somehow they know that he opened that door, right? I mean, who knows? He might not even open the door. He might have went to Maddie's room first and found them both there, right?
Here we know what happens. Downstairs, Dylan is sleeping. The noise from upstairs wakes her up. She thinks it's Kaylee playing with her dog. She gets up and goes to the door.
Well, I'll tell you what, Kaylee must be loud when she plays with her dog, right? Because stabbing two people, I'm sure, doesn't sound the same as Kaylee playing with her dog, right? And I'm sure one of these girls on the top floor had to have let out a scream, multiple screams, or something, right? I mean, I don't know. I'm still kind of suspicious about Dylan's story, but that's for another time.
And looks out. She sees nothing there. The suspect then continues down the stairs about 3 minutes later.
So he was in that room for at least, 3 or 4 minutes. So let's say they're sleeping, and all he has to do is take the knife and slit their throats, right? That doesn't take too long, but obviously somebody put up a fight, probably the second person, and that took longer. Everybody that says it can't be done in 9 minutes, well, they're showing you right here how it can be done in 9 minutes, right? So I think that argument also goes out the window.
He then heads to Xana's room.
And it was done in 9 minutes, right?
Outside, there's a security camera picking up some whimpering Cries in the thud at 4:17. We've learned that Xana was found on the floor, which might explain the thud.
Yeah, we know Ethan was found right here in the doorway. Okay, probably he's fighting for his life, right? And then we know Xana was found on the floor. She probably got pulled off the bed, fighting for her life. We know she had defensive wounds too. A lot of defensive wounds, apparently.
Dylan again hears something and looks outside her door.
Boom. Okay. So look at this. So here's Dylan peeking out her door. Here's Kohberger. They make direct eye contact, okay? But Brian's just killed 4 people. He might be thinking, hey, he knows she's got a phone. She might be on the phone with 911 right now, right? So why, and if he already killed who he wanted to, right? Why would he waste his time with Dylan? He's got a mask on, right? So he decides to just, walk right out this door and not fight with anybody else and get away before the cops get there is what he's thinking. He doesn't know Dylan's gonna wait, almost 9 hours to call the cops and give Kohberger this huge head start.
She sees the suspect. He walks right past her and leaves.
If Dylan would have called 911 right then, who knows? Kohberger could have been caught that night, right?
I want to bring Brian Enton back in. Brian, you stood out in front of that house for all those days and nights. It is a whole other perspective to see a 3D modeling and an animation. It almost gave perspective I didn't have, despite the amount of reading I've done on this case.
Yeah, that was a good animation. It shows us how it could be done in 9 minutes. So no one can dispute that anymore, okay? It shows us how close he was to Dylan, and how close Dylan was to him when they made eye contact. And I believe that Kohberger definitely saw Dylan, but just made the decision to leave. But yeah, if you liked that, hit the like button.
Yeah, I will say, having been outside the house, the artwork, the design is very, very impressive. Even the slope of the driveway, I was watching it, envisioning it in my head. They did a very, very good job with the artwork. The only thing I will say, it's obviously just a theory. I went through the video. I counted more than a dozen things that I don't know we have proof of. A lot of it's from the probable cause, but I think, connecting some of the pieces and some of the timeline that we just don't know. Obviously, she, filled in some of the gaps. And it is just a theory, but in terms of the design,
yeah, well, it's a theory based on everything that has been put out so far, everything that the public knows, everything that's been unsealed. So it's probably most likely what happened, in my opinion, using common sense, right? That's probably what happened.
It is very impressive.
Pretty impressive. Like you said, it is a theory, and it's Friday night.
And we know some of it's true because Dylan told us that, because she saw what happened, right? So, yeah. If you don't think that's what happened, please put in the comments and tell me what you think should be different. Or if you think there was more people, tell me where they were, what they were doing, all that.
Theories. Brian Enton, thank you for that. Thank you for watching.
All right, well, that's the end of the video. Hope you liked it. And until next time, True Crime King, out.